Hi, it's Jodie and welcome to another video. So today I'm doing my romance haul part 2, but I bought so many romance books that I actually can't remember which ones I've already hauled and which ones I haven't. So there's probably going to be about 5 books missing from this haul, but it's going to be long enough anyway, so I don't think it will matter. But I have my Waterstones box full of books. So yeah, I'm just going to jump right in. I might not even do a synopsis for every single one of these because I'm so fed up of hauling books. I need to stop. Let's just jump straight in. So if you'd like to see the rest of the romance books that I bought, then please keep watching. So the first one we have is one that it might have even been in the last video, I don't know if it was. It is the Flatshirt by Beth O'Leary. I think I might have already included this in the last video, but I picked up the sprayed edge and signed edition, as well as I now have 2 copies of this. But this one was signed, so I bought it. I'm not going to go into what this is about. It's basically 2 people who share a flat. One works nights, one works day shifts. They never see each other, they never bump into each other, and then they start to find out a bit more about each other and they start to fall for each other at the end. So I will link this below if you do want to hear what it's about. But yeah, I feel like a lot of people have already read this and this just sounds really, really good. I'm really excited to get to it. Next up is one that I bought because a customer came in and asked for it at work, and then I looked at the synopsis and I was like, I actually really like the sound of that one, so I bought it. And this is the Wishlist by Sophia Moneycoots, I think is how you say her name. So this follows a girl in a bookshop, I think. This follows a character called Florence Fairfax who works in a little bookshop. You already know where this is going. I love anything like that. I love anything to do with the bookshop. Especially a romance. And she works in this tiny little bookshop in Chelsea, and she lives with her cat Marmalade, and you know, she's not lonely, she's got a cat, she's single and just, you know, living life. And she's pretty much been single her whole life and she's just perfectly happy. But then she meets this guy called, I think his name's like Gwendolyn or something. I'm just gonna call him Gwen because I can't remember. He's like this love coach and he just kind of comes in and like, you know, and he comes in and he makes her write this wish list of like all the things that would be like her dream guy. Begrudgingly she does that. Then later that week this blonde guy walks into her work and he seems to tick every single box on that list. And his name is Rory, and now she's wondering like, is this too good to be true? Is he actually the one? Like, he's literally like my dream guy. And then this synopsis kind of ends with like all the things she thought she was looking for, like, doesn't mean he's Mr. Right, and she might have been looking for love in the wrong places. So yeah, we've got a romance in a bookshop. I'm here for it, I'm excited for it, and I'm really, really glad that that lady came into my work and asked about this book. I probably wouldn't have found it otherwise. And this has got some really good reviews. It has been talked about in some newspapers, I think. So yeah, I'm really, really excited to give this a read, and yeah, it just sounds really, really cute. Next up is another bookshop themed one. I think I have all 3 books here. Do I? Yeah. The next one is another bookshop themed one. So this is this trilogy, I think, and this is by Annie Darling, and this is Crazy in Love in the Lonely Hearts Bookshop, I think is what it's called. So they all look like this, and I love these covers, they're really cute. But yeah, you get the gist. It's a romance in a bookshop. I'm not going to talk about them any further than that. That's all you need to know to be sold on this book. I will link these down below. Everyone says these are really, really cute, really romantic, and obviously we've got like a little bookshop, like romance. So yeah, I'm really, really excited to read all 3 of these, and I've heard really good things about them, and yeah, I'll leave them linked down below. So we've got 2 Ali McNamara books. So these are both set in Cornwall, which you all know I am obsessed with Cornwall ever since I went. But this is Kate and Clara's Curious Cornish Craft Shop, and then we have Daisy's Vintage Cornish Camper Van. So these are like Cornish romances. This one follows Katie, and she opens her own little like craft shop in Cornwall, and she's just like happy as Larry. And she finds out that this like mystery love story is like lingering in the shop on to do with like all these paintings and like little things she finds in there when she buys the shop. She's like determined to figure out the mystery and this like little romance thing. And Jack is the owner of this nearby shop, and he decides to help her figure out like what this like little romance story is and like the mystery behind the romance. And they soon realise together they have a lot of similarities with their counterparts from the 1950s whose romance they're trying to like figure out. It ends with a synopsis saying, can Kate and Jack put right a decades old wrong and maybe find their own happy ending on the way? So it just sounds really, really cute. My tummy just rumbled really loud. I hope you didn't hear that. But yeah, it sounds really, really cute, and it has a really nice cover. I think that's only just come out like a couple of months ago. But yeah, I'm excited for that one. So this one follows Anna, who inherits a broken down camper van from her best friend. She takes a chance for a quick trip to Cornwall. Some say her and fish and chips on the beach is just the tonic she needs. Amen to that. But St. Felix has bigger plans for Anna. She discovers a series of unsent postcards dating back to the 1940s hidden in the upholstery of the van, and knows that it's a sign. She'll make sure that the messages reach the person that they were meant for. And as the broken down van is restored to gleaming health, so Anna begins to find her way back to happiness. So this is kind of a similar vibe to the other one, and I just kind of really like this like nostalgic kind of like vibes these books have. And yeah, I'm really, really excited to read it. It just sounds really cute, and it's set in Cornwall, and the cover is so pretty. Next up we have Meet Me at Pebble Beach, and this is by Bella Osborne. This is another cutesy summer book again. This follows Regan, who gets pranked by her friends. I think it's something to do with like a winning lottery ticket, and she ends up losing her job, her friends, pretty much her life in one go, because she thinks she's won a lottery. So she finally like swerves them all. She quits her job, she leaves her no good boyfriend and all her friends behind who were never very nice to her, and then she finds out they were just pranking her. So she loses everything with no benefits basically. She lives in this like nice little friendly seaside town, and they're kind of like, you know, a shoulder to cry on for her. She ends up like finding this really nice local fireman named Charlie, whose shoulder she uses to cry on, and he helps her realize that she can have a fresh start. Decides to step out of her comfort zone, and that's where the story starts. So this is like a little cutesy starting over romance, and yeah, cute firemen, we're here for it. Next we have two Philippa Ashley books, both set in Cornwall again. So we have The Perfect Cornish Summer, and then we have A Perfect Cornish Escape. So these are both part of a series, sort of. I think I showed one of the books in my part 1 book haul. These are just both summer Cornish romances. So this follows Sam, who lives in this little Cornish town, and she arranges this festival every year, and she loves it. She's dead excited, but then she finds out, I think this guy called Gabe, is that his name? Yeah, so this famous chef called Gabe has come in to like help with the festival, and she should be like super excited, but she isn't, because he left her 11 years ago after a night together. He broke her heart basically, so she is not looking forward to seeing this guy. Obviously he walks back into her life, and the story starts from there. So I think this is literally like her falling in love with like an old romance, and yeah, that's pretty much it. It sounds really cute. I love the cover. It's set in Cornwall. Need I say more? And then this one kind of follows on, or is linked to that one. It's like a different set of characters, and this follows Marina. Her husband was lost at sea, and she always vowed to love him forever, never move on. But then she meets this new guy. His name is Lachlan. Then we also have another character called Tiff, a journalist in London, and then her boyfriend betrays her, and it basically ruins her life. So she moves from London to this little cottage, then meets this really brooding, dark, handsome man named Dirk. He wins a day with her at a charity auction, and you all know where that's going. So this follows both those two characters kind of moving on from like shitty situations and meeting really nice guys. And yeah, it's set in Cornwall. I'm excited for it. And then next we have a Trish Ashley book, and this is The Little Tea Shop of Lost and Found. Again, we've got like the tea shop bookish vibe. I love stuff like this. Really, really cute. And yeah, this is just like a nice little romance. I really just can't be bothered explaining what this one is about, because I totally forgot. I will link this down below. But Trish Ashley books are your typical cutesy like happy ending sort of stories. Yeah, I'm really, really excited to read this one. This is actually set in Haworth, which if you don't know, Haworth is the town where the Bronte sisters lived and wrote their books. So it's got the kind of writer's vibe to it, which is really, really cool. We'll link it down below so you guys can read the synopsis. So we have a Katie Ford book again. So I showed some of these in my first haul, but this is called The Highland Fling. Look at the cover. I just love this. I cover bought this in a heartbeat. I just love it. I love the cover. This one is set obviously in the Highlands of Scotland, which is another reason I really wanted to get it, because I love Scotland. But this follows Jenny Porter, and she is a virtual assistant, and her boyfriend keeps accusing her of being very impulsive and like doing everything for a job, and then she has to go all the way to Scotland to help a client, and it's not really helping to prove him wrong. And she like promises to help run this like mobile burger van thing before she even gets there. She's like determined to help like this client and save their business, and she doesn't really care what her boyfriend thinks. Like, she is determined, and you know, this is her job and she loves it. And we have Ross Grant, who's very abrasive, not very nice to her. He has a lot of awkward encounters with this guy. He starts to develop this really complex and very complicated like relationship with this guy, and then her boyfriend arrives in Scotland. So that's awkward. So she needs to decide, is she going to stay in Scotland and pursue this guy, or is she going to move back to London with her boyfriend? So I just really like the sound of this. It's set in Scotland. We've got that like complex romance thing going on, and yeah, I'm just here for it. I'm really excited to read this, and I love the cover so much. So that is it for my part 2 of this haul. I've missed a bunch of books out, but I filmed that other one so long ago and I just can't remember. And I'm sorry, this is really rushed, but my camera's gonna die and I don't have another opportunity to film this, and these books have been sat in this box on my floor for weeks. So yeah, I will link all of the books in the description bar down below so you can properly read the synopsis for each one. I'm really excited for them all. I love a good cheesy cliche romance, and that's certainly what most of these books are. If you've read any of these books or any of them by any of these authors, then tell me in the comments below. Yeah, I really hope you guys like this video. If you did, then please do give it a big thumbs up and subscribe if you'd like to. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys soon. Bye!